And here is the new theme. The theme is wedding, and I actually forgot about the video until like as it started. That's when I remembered, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So thankfully, I remembered. It only took me about like maybe 30 seconds or so to uh, get this far. So you didn't miss much because I know these characters are part of a comic called Forgotten Roots, and that's who the client is. And I'll link that in the description. But anyway, so these two characters, um, I know a bit about them in before. That's not in the comic. I mean, so I just used. I kind of went off of that knowledge a little bit. But anyway, so I knew I wanted uh besides extreme devastation, like heart wrenching expression is my favorite expression to do. So the second place next to that is um, intense emotional, like uh, love, I think. But my version of what is in love, I think, is different than the norm. I feel people throw that shit around way too easily. But yeah, so it's really so intense scenes or something. That's what I was kind of going for, and it was a full body. So, and like I mentioned previously, I try to uh, close up. A closer view is better for intense scenes, as far as I have can see. So, but this, so I know I wanted a central, like they're at the dancing part of their ceremony, and I wanted the shorter guy to be holding his hand, like kissing the back of his hand, and the taller guy shedding a tear from the happiness, and also with happiness and central in this extensive emotion. I feel non-smiley is more of an impact because smiling is one thing, but I don't know. It's just for some reason I feel it more um, when a person or a character is when they're not smiling visually so much as it's just in how their body is positioned and just their solemn look, um, peaceful look, and I don't associate that with smiling. So, but anyway, so yeah, I thought it would be very sweet to have him holding his hand and kissing it. And of course, they're wedding, so I made their hair pinned back, so they'll have access. I thought, and also, so the in the story, I believe I was just going by memory. I didn't want to cheat and go back and look, so I always try to go just by memory, and then later I'll check. But so from memory, these characters, their background, I mean their tribe is seems rural and in a forest like type of tribe. So I wanted their fashion to be more a tribal ish to reflect that a bit. And so the idea is that they're oh, and you see, I had it landscape because I wanted a cape thing, but I changed my mind. Okay, anyway, back to why I designed the wedding clothes like this. So the taller guy, I believe he's the son of the chief. So he's in a high position socially and it within the tribe. So I wanted, so he's wearing the royal male tribal wedding uniform, and the shorter guy is just wearing the regular male uniform. And so this the regular male, they tend to have the pants like with a little split designed into it, and not as much jewelry as the royal version. And also, I decided to play with the colors too. So, and they're both wearing a type of skirt. So, it's part of their tribe. Because I mentioned this before, but I do think men look great in long skirts if done right. Because it fits their body better. They're up and how straight, how they have small, narrow hips. For the most part, most men do. But anyway, and so you see me try. I'm still trying to do the flowy thing, but I kept changing my mind. And but anyway, so with the shorter guy, uh, he was born female, but I mean the body was born female. So, but I'm thinking maybe the body is a stud type of body type, and I mentioned this before with some, and I was getting my hair done years ago, and and they agreed because they had more, the group I was around when I was getting my hair done. They were more familiar with the community, with stud and lesbian, the Black American community. Well, yeah, and so I was saying, isn't it like, have you guys noticed? I don't know if it's just me, but don't studs have more of a male type body? Like most studs have a male type shape where they're very narrow hips and everything seems male except for the boobs. And and they agreed. Uh, so I'm thinking that's what the shorter guy, that type of body he has, is a stud. Um, but post op, so without the boobs. But so it's practically a male body just with the boobs and the pussy. But yeah, so and I thought it would be cute. It would be handsome on him for his wedding, to for his hair, because his hair is very thick, afro textured, from what I saw. And so I thought being having it pulled back would be nice, and have a bit of a fade. I don't know the term for it, but sometimes with afro textured hair with males, well, and females, I think they do it too. So with afro textured hair, sometimes they fade out the sides, so it's shorter, and like with the back, fade out the back so you won't have any of the naps in the bottom of the hair. Most people don't like that, so I decided to give them that, and I thought that would be cool on them. And also with their wedding, I since it's I was thinking of the past, because presently you have to read a comic, but um, so their is a bit different than what they are. Like homeboy, the tall one, he usually have under the chin thing, but I took that away, made him like a thin beard ish thing. So that's just how it was on the wedding day, but it changed later. So anyway, um, I just did the baby blue. I knew I wasn't gonna have it baby blue, but I just did just to hold the place of it, of the color thing. And so yeah, with the royal, I was thinking they have more gold showing, and a lot more gold, and they wear white in royal, but in the regular males they wear the black. So kind of playing off of the Western, the Euro Western, American. Did it come from Europe? I don't know, but you know, the bride wears white and the male wears black or something, just not white. But anyway, so yeah, that's the idea of their males, and they both have tattoos. So, oh, and with this, see, usually you see how the tall guy he has the full, it's filled in. I was thinking that so for his wedding, his tattoo is more detailed and had definitely more intricate. But later on, when you know something happened, kind of sort of spoilies, but when something happened to his so something happens, and then after the incident, he covered it up. He filled it in to as like a grieving type gesture and maybe a repentance or something like that. So this one it's before he filled it in before the incident that made him fill in the tattoo. So it's actually I think his I mean it looks okay, but if I had more time, I think I would have did it a bit differently. Like some parts seem to fit, but other parts seem to be not so. It's much. I think I did a much better job on Shorty there with his tat. It looks much smoother with him. But with but with the royalty there, uh, I have I would have to go back and make it more smoother and complementary with the entire design. But anyway, so yeah, and you could see. So for the wedding, I this for the wedding theme, I decided to have like a little small backdrop. So it's kind of like a wedding photo, and I was trying to decide how to. And each one will have the little block thing, so it would be like a frame worthy type, as if they have it framed in their home or something. But and you can see I'm still trying to make, because sometimes a pic just looks like it needs something. So because I prefer balance when it comes to negative space. I hate misused negative space. It irks me with my own pieces and others because I just notice that it looks off. And so I tried to balance it out. So he has a thin little string that's connecting part of the royalty. So yeah, and that's the love of the wedding. And bye for now.